G'day everyone, in this video I'm going to be showing you how to fix an issue with the Creality Ender V3 KE 3D printer. Now the problem I have is during the initial setup, on the screen it goes through a test process and it fails. And in my case it fails at the nozzle cleaning option when it's going through the self-test. And that is before I've initially set it all up. Another issue you may have with the printer, and it's the same problem, is when you go to conduct a print, the print head goes down to the board and it just keeps trying to drill a hole through the board. And you may get an error up on your screen. I believe it will say error code 2525 or something like that. And that's the symptoms that you're getting. Now in my case, I was able to bypass that error by repeatedly running the initial setup over and over again until it passed. So I would turn the printer on, I would run the initial setup, I'd press all the options on there, and then it would go through its setup self-diagnostics, and every time it failed I just turned the printer off and then turned it back on. I didn't wait or anything. Once it was off I just switched it off and then switched it back on pretty quickly. And it doesn't really matter as long as you power cycle. Eventually what will happen, if you're lucky enough, your printer will pass that test and it will be able to be used, and it will go into your normal options on the screen as you can see there. Now the problem with the printer is still an issue and you need to contact Creality customer support to get a new circuit board replaced under warranty. However, if you are able to get all of that done whilst you're waiting for your parts, this is what I've done. I logged the job with Creality using the app. I chatted with them. They ran through some diagnostic steps to try. I wasn't able to succeed with fixing it, and this is a known issue on some of the models that have come out. They've got a fault in a circuit board. And they agreed that they were going to send out the circuit board to me, but it said it might take 10 to 20 days. I actually got it in a week because they express posted it, and that was good. But in the meantime I have been able to print on the printer, but it hasn't been a smooth process. So to do that I've just turned the printer on, and then when it boots up, because I've already managed to get it past the diagnostic setup, I just go through into the settings and then choose equipment self-test and then select automatic Z offset and run that test. I have to do that every single time before I do a print. Otherwise what ends up happening, and here's an example of what happens, is the first layer doesn't actually sync on the Z board properly. So this is actually printed and the print head was too high, so you can see that first layer looks awful. And here's one that it did work fine, and you can see it's got that pattern from the heated bed, and when it's printing it, that's what it looks like. So a bit of a comparison there. Z-axis was off, perfect. So that's what you do. You just power cycle it and eventually get through that initial test. When you go to print, you just have to run this automatic Z offset. Now I've actually got the part. It's come in the mail today, and this is what it is. So this is part of it. This is a sensor, and in here is a circuit board hidden in there. These are actually replaced by removing the bed, and I'll try and get a shot here. That's the sensor. That's and at the back there is where the circuit board is. To get to them, we've got to turn everything off and pull this bed off. Here's another look at that circuit board. It's got a part number on it. I don't know if that's handy to anyone. Just written on the bag there. So it's a little circuit board, and this does the leveling. It's got version 1.2 on that, and that's the sensor. Alright, let's pull this off. This bit takes ages, but the key bit is the fan kicks in and you know that it is all good. If it's getting to this part of the test, then your circuit board's obviously swapped out fine. Then you'll get into the auto leveling part if you selected both of those options, and now it will just go through and level the board. And now the Z-axis is fully functional. The circuit board that was defective has been replaced, as well as the sensor, and we're rolling with the new one fitted quite simply yourself and replaced under warranty. So thank you very much for watching this video. Enjoy printing off your 3D prints, and always leave a comment, like, and subscribe if you want. Well, have a good one. Laters.